أعوذ بالله السميع العليم أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونشكره ونستعينه ونستهديه ونؤمن به إنه من يهده فلا مضل له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We give thanks and praises to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has made us Muslims, who has spared and strengthened our lives to this moment. We seek Him to shower His blessing and His mercy on the noblest of mankind, Muhammad sallallahu his household, his companion, his relatives, and those that follow the way of His teaching till the day of reckoning. Brothers and sisters, I'm extending my greeting to you all by saying, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Today, without wasting much of our time, we go to today's business, and which is discussing a very vital topic, which is prohibition of illegal acquisition of money, of wealth, prohibition of acquiring questionable wealth. When you say wealth, what does it imply? Wealth has to do with anything that is both materials, physical materials, or an abstract materials. If I have cash at hand, I have building, I have estates, I have wares, and what have you. It is termed to be wealth. At times, we can also have intellectual wealth that is abstract. Knowledge is a wealth. Information at hand is a wealth. Setting profiles of an individual is also wealth. So when you say wealth, it cuts across every facet of what can make a human being, have what we call progressive profiling, materials progress, economic well-being. So when you have this, you attempt to be wealthy. So every wealth that we possess, it's our belonging. But this wealth, the question is, how do you acquire them? How do you maximize them? How do you raise this wealth in your possession? It is the most prominent, bone of contention that each and every one of us need to answer. Because for Islam to prohibit, to make something illegal, it means such a thing is not in line with the do's and don'ts of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not in line with the injunction, with the provision that Allah has laid down for us. So when you say prohibition of illegal acquisition of wealth, when you say something illegal, something prohibit, it means something that we say no to. It's a no. It's forbidding. It's against the intention of Almighty God. For example, now telling lies to every person's common sense is obnoxious, it's bad. Fornication is bad. Stealing is bad. Same thing goes with amassing wealth in illegal manner. So therefore, Islam as legislating has given room for making your daily livelihood, working, hustling. You are allowed to work. You are allowed to acquire wealth. Allah said, وَالَّذِي جَعَلَ لَكُمْ الْأَرْضَ ذَلُولًا فَامْشُوا فِي مَنَاكِبِهَا وَكُلُوا مِنْ رِزْقِهِ وَإِلَيْهِ النُّشُورُ. Allah said, He has made the land something you can explore for you. فَامْشُوا فِي مَنَاكِبِهَا. Then explore into the heart of this earth. Explore every provision we have given unto you in this life. وَكُلُوا مِنْ رِزْقِهِ. And eat therefrom. Unto Allah alone you shall. It's a final abode. It's a final return. Allah has make it legal for each one of us to work, to struggle, to make your means, your livelihood. And He has forbidden laziness. To be lazy, to be, a type who always want to stick to its comfort zone. Islam encourages that you work, you struggle, you strive to become wealthy. But He has made acquiring wealth in a illegal way, in a prohibited way, He has made it forbidden for you and I. You raise money, you don't raise money you don't raise in a questionable manner. You don't raise money in a legal way. You don't raise it in a way that is forbidden by Almighty God. That is why in Hadith, where Rasulullah told you and I that إِنَّ الْحَلَالَ بَيِّنَةٌ وَإِنَّ الْحَرَامَ بَيِّنَةٌ. So verily, what we call halal, which means legal provision, is very clear. It's very, very lucid. وَإِنَّ الْحَرَامَ بَيِّنَةٌ. And what is illegal, forbidden, unlawful is also clear. Whoever engross into haram, such as endanger his his profile, and Islam is a no-go area as far as Islam is concerned for every Muslims. As Ramadan is fast approaching, you should be cautious and be careful of what kind of money, wealth, provision you want to use to embark on your fasting. So that is why most of the time we have different dimension of how we acquire or how we amass wealth. At times, some people might acquire their wealth in a haram source or from haram sources. When you acquire wealth in haram sources and you spend in the direction of haram, that one is 100% haram, 100% unlawful. Like somebody who engage in cyber um, theft, cyber crime, Yahoo, and acquire this money and lavish this money, maybe in terms of fornicating, in terms of you know um, building hotels for the harlot, or spending in a lavish manner. This is haram already. And at times, some people will also acquire money in haram source and spending in the on halal projects. If you acquire your wealth in from a haram source and spending on halal project, is also null and void. Allah will not accept from you. Rasulullah said to us that in Allah طيب لا يقبل أحد إلا طيب. He said, your God, Allah, is pure, is stainless, is infallible, is impeccable. He will never accept anything that is flawed, that is haram, that is questionable. He will not accept it from you. And thirdly is, at times you also acquire halal money, halal wealth, but spend it in halal way. When you get money, you acquire money in a halal manner, in a halal direction, and spend in a halal direction. This one is acceptable. It's endorsed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because the source is pure, the source is lawful, the source is legal, it's not questionable. So we should be very careful of source of our wealth, source of our money, source of our belongings, because it will be questionable. Allah told us in Surah Al-Mutaffifin, He said, Bismillahir-Rahim, وَيْلٌ لِلْمُطَفِّفِينَ اللَّهُ إِذَا اكْتَالُوا عَلَى النَّاسِ يَسْتَوْفُونَ وَإِذَا كَالُوهُمْ أَوْ وَزَنُوا يُخْسِرُونَ أَلَا يَظُنُّ أُولَٰئِكَ أَنَّهُم مَّبْعُوثُونَ. أَلَا يَظُنُّ أُولَٰئِكَ أَنَّهُم مَّبْعُوثُون. And those who amass wealth, that acquire wealth, that gather wealth from halal or haram source, who acquire questionable wealth, that acquire unlawful wealth, didn't they realize that a number of them will be raised and called to question, will be called to account? There's an accountability awaiting them on their judgment. No escape from it. And let's mention just few of haram, sources of acquisition of wealth, illegal sources, illegal means. Number one, when we have like gambling, Muslim engage in gambling, cyber crime, interest, reduction of um, materials, theft, ritual, kidnapping, alcoholism, money laundering, embezzlement of public fund, bribery, and what have you, and what have you. All of these and every other one should be jettisoned, should be done away with. As Muslims, if you really want all your um, striving, your struggling, your endeavors to be blessed and accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, do away from questionable sources of wealth. We have it today, very rampant, very common in our society. People don't care. They don't want to be bothered about the source of their wealth. What we have tonight is, I want to be rich by all means. And we start claiming that hands justify the means. It's not possible. Your means must justify your hands. So we have effect of illegal wealth, illegal sources of money, haram. What are the effects? Number one is an outright rejection by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you acquire wealth in a haram or illegal means, all your deeds will be rejected, will not be accepted. In the hadith that we mentioned so far, in the hadith, Prophet mentioned a man who traveled in the hadith Nawawi, a traveler who should enjoy the privilege of acceptance of dua, of prayers, but his consumption, what he hates, is haram. His wears is haram. His shoe is haram. Everything that made up of him is haram. And he stretches his hand and say, Rabbi, Rabbi, oh my Lord, oh my Lord. Rasulullah said that, how will Allah hearken to his response? How will Allah accept his prayer? No, he said no. The prayer will not fly. So Allah will reject every forms of worship that you engaged in via such wealth. Number two, rejection of prayer. When you pray, your prayer is not answered. It's not listened to because your sources of consumption is haram. The simplest one is you as an individual. You happen to be a teacher. You happen to be a seamstress, a tailor. You happen to be a business woman. They are likely you also fall victim of haram. That is why you have to take care. Be careful. You're supposed to report to work 7 o'clock. You report to work 10 o'clock, and you sign 7 o'clock. That is haram. You're supposed to take your pupils in the classroom. You skip period. You didn't take them. And you are fully paid. Your salary is fully paid. You've taken haram. It's haram. You go to filling station to buy fuel, and somebody asks you to pay 15 naira on top of the money you pay for the fuel. The money, the 15 naira there, the person has taken from you is haram. I want to secure an apartment, a station apartment. Somebody had to overcharge me to pay agreement and commission that is not received. It's haram. Bribery and corruption is haram. Your prayer will not be answered. Shortage of provision. When you consume haram, you take illegal, unlawful wealth, your provision will be shorted. Your provision will not have barakah. Allah will remove his barakah, his blessings. And when Allah blessings is not in what you do you know what is it? Do you know the implication? You are not blessed. It is not how far, but how well. It is not about quantity, but the quality. But today we are after quantity. We just want to amass wealth. We want to make money. You don't want to be mindful of what it takes to get to that place. It's haram. Allah will remove his barakah, will remove his blessings. And when the blessings removed, nothing, no value, is valueless. No wonder today our money has no value, our life is valueless, things are very costly. Gone are those days, our father, when they did away from, or they jettison haram, they acquire vehicle at what rate, at what amount. And most of these things are durable, very lasting. But today, everything we have, the durability is not there, the blessing is not there, the quality is not there. You are a civil servant or civil engineer. You are given contract to build road, to build houses. We are supposed to use 20 bags of cement. You reduce it to 10 bags. You've consumed haram. You've endangered people's life. Allah will remove the barakah from all your deeds. Number 4, anyone that consumes haram, the wrath, the displeasure of Allah is on such person. The wrath of Allah will be upon such individual. Take it or leave it. Allah will be displeased with you, won't be happy with you. Because in Allah, yuhibbu tawwabin wa yuhibbu tahirin. Allah said, I love those who repent, and I love those who appear, who engage in lawful acts, who engage in legal acts. So Allah will be displeased with you. He will never love you for doing such a thing. Number 5, anywhere or any person that engage in illegal pursuit, unlawful, acquisition of wealth, will never balanced. Economically, will be downtrodden. We live an hanky-panky life, a life narrowed down, a restless life. We have we have food, but we still be hungry. We have clothes, we be naked. We have security, but we still be scary. So we should do away from all forms of illegal and unlawful, you know, wealth and embrace lawful one. And how do we jettison and pursue lawful act? How? Number one, you must have good intention. Your intention must be sound. You must have intention, sound intention that I want to acquire, I want to amass something lawful. If you're not intentional about it, you can't do it. You must be intentional about it. Number two, any act you are embarking on, you must see it as an avenue to serve Allah and see His pleasure, to serve Him alone, to worship Him, and, and maximize Allah's pleasure. It's not for no one's sake, it's for the sake of Allah alone. Allah said that, وَمَا مَنْ خَافَ مَقَامَ رَبِّهِ وَنَهَى النَّفْسَ عَنِ الْهَوَى فَإِنَّ الْجَنَّةَ هِيَ الْمَأْوَى. وَمَنْ خَافَ, whoever is afraid, fear that he will stand before Allah on judgment, and forbid for himself self-desire, a desire for the sake of Allah alone. Let's say, finally, Jannah and Mawa. Such person is paradise as a reward. Another thing is we need to go into investment. Invest your money, your capital, all you have in halal source. Look for halal source. Don't say I want to manage this haram. Let me manage. No, don't manage haram. Look for halal source and back upon it. Always seek forgiveness from Almighty Allah. Seek forgiveness. This is just little we want to pass across to you and I. We hope it's going to be of benefit. We pray to Almighty Allah to forgive the speakers and listeners, and to add it to the weight of our good deeds, and meet us at this point. Let's meet Him at the point of our need. We say Jazakumullah khairan jazai for listening to us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.